Hello everyone, welcome to our lesson today. So now I want you to listen to the song and write down the names of the tribe you hear. So, let's get started.
Nigel Naylor, he's a tailor, he makes trousers, suits and shirts. Penny Proctor, she's a doctor, comes to see you when it hurts. Peter Palmer, he's a farmer, he's got cows and pigs and sheep. Wendy Witter, babysitter, minds the kids when they're asleep. People work in the country, people work in the town, people work day and night to make the world go round. Mabel Meacher, language teacher, teaches English, French and Greek. Gary Gummer, he's a plumber, call him when you've got a leak. Patty Prentice, she's a dentist, keeps your teeth both clean and white. Ronnie Ryman, he's a fireman, comes when there's a fire to fight. People work in the country, people work in the town, people work day and night to make the world go round. People work in the country, people work in the town, people work day and night to make the world go round.
Well, so can you remember the tribes in the video? So tell me, what does she do? Yes, she's a tailor. So what does she do? She's a doctor. What does he do? He's a farmer. What is her job? He's a baby sister. What does she do? She's a teacher. What are their jobs? They are plumbers. What does he do? He's a dentist. What does he do? He's a fireman. So, what would you like to be in the future? Answer this question in our online lesson. So today we'll study Unit 6 Future Job and we will focus on Box A reading. So now, where can you get information about job? So, on the internet, on the radio, on TV, in the newspaper, from a job center, or on employment agencies, is it right? So after having information about job, what will you do next? So, you will write an applications form or letters of application. So, if your application form is accepted, what will you have to test for in? So you have to test for in an interview. So now our reading passage is about the job interview. So listen to the reading passage.
Unit 6 Future Jobs. Part A. Reading. Page 62.
Preparing for a job interview can be stressful, particularly when you are called for the first interview. Below are some pieces of advice that can help you reduce the feeling of pressure and create a good impression on your interviewer. Before the interview, you should find out as much as possible about the job and the vacancy. Before the interview, you have to send a letter of application and your resumes to the company to express your interest in the job and to show that you might be the most suitable candidate for the position. When you come to the interview, remember to bring with you your school certificates and letters of recommendation from your teachers or your previous employers. In addition, you may jot down your qualifications and experience that can relate to the job and prepare for the questions that are often asked during the interview. Make sure you know where the interview is and how to get there. Be on time or a few minutes early. Don't forget to dress neatly and formally during the interview. You should concentrate on what the interviewer is saying and make a real effort to answer all the questions the interviewer asks. Be clear, polite, and honest. If you do not know something about the more technical aspects of the job, admit it and stress that you are willing to learn. Show enthusiasm when the job is explained to you. Always show your best side, your keenness to work, and your sense of responsibility. Don't forget to say goodbye to the interviewer before leaving the office. After the interview, if you are offered the position, congratulations. If you do not get the job, try not to be too disappointed. Think about the interviewer's comments because they may help you prepare better when you are called for the next job interview. Good luck.
Well, and now I will introduce the vocabulary. Well, so the first word we have interview. And now, buổi phỏng vấn. Interview, verb, phỏng vấn. Interviewee, người được phỏng vấn. Interviewer, người phỏng vấn. Impression, ấn tượng. To create a good impression on somebody, tạo ấn tượng tốt với ai. Applicant, người xin việc. Vacancy, vị trí còn trống. Resume, sơ yếu lý lịch. Letters of recommendation, thư giới thiệu. Title, ghi danh. Neatly, gọn gàng. Shortcoming, khuyết điểm. Keenness, sự say mê. Okay, so now I want you to match the English word to its Vietnamese meaning. So number 1, D. Number 2, tree. Number 3, H. Number 4, I. 5, C. 6, E. 7, A. 8, G. 9, F. 10, B. So now I want you to choose the definitions of the words. So 1B, 2, resume, is a C, 3, finish is A, and 4 is a B. Now tell me the factors that you think would help you succeed in a job interview. So wearing casual clothes, giving clear, honest answer, feeling self-confident, feeling nervous, having a good sense of humor, or avoiding difficult questions. So which factor that you think will help you succeed in a job interview? Okay, feeling nervous? No. Yeah, having a good sense of humor. Avoiding difficult questions. Having a good sense of humor, yeah. Okay, Yes, it's giving clear, honest answer, feeling self-confidence, wearing casual clothes. No. Giving clear, honest answer. Yes. Feeling self-confident. Yes. Feeling nervous. No. Having a good sense of humor. Yes. Avoiding difficult questions. No. So, now I want you to read the reading passage again and decide whether the following statements are true or false. So number 1, try to reduce the feelings of pressure and make a good impression on your interviewer. Find out as much information as you can about the job and the vacancy. Bring with your letters of application and your resumes to the interview. Test on your certificates and letters of recommendation with you. Remember to dress neatly and formally. Your voice should be clear and polite. Tell the interviewer about your shortcomings, so true or false. Okay, so answer me in your next online lesson. And now let's come to task 3, answer the questions. So here we have 4 questions for you. Number 1, what made you trust down before the interview? Number 2, what do you have to make sure before the interview? What should you do if you do not know something about the more technical aspects of the job? And what should you always show during the interview? So, now, to answer this one, we have a game for you. So, what made you trust that before the interview? You may trust that our applications and experience that can relate to the job. What do you have to make sure before the interview? We have to make sure we know where the interview is and how to get there. So what should you do if you do not know something about the more technical aspects of the job? So we should admit it and stress that we are willing to learn. What should you always show during the interview? We should always show your best side, our keen to work, and our sense of responsibility. Well, and now I want you to summarize the contents by accomplish the following network. So, number 1, we have letters of applications. Number 2 is a vacancy. Number 3, certificates. Number 4, neatly. Number 5, honest. Number 6, goodbye. Number 7, comments. Okay, so try to remember the answers and I will ask you again in our online lesson. Well, so that's all for our lesson today. Thank you for your watching and see you next time.